Hello everyone, welcome to the CTV News on Calabash TV and on the Wave Radio 94.5. I am Lisa Joseph, and as expected, the impact report dominates once again, and you ought not to expect a response from the Office of Director of Public Prosecution on the impact report anytime soon. That's the public caution from the National Security and Home Affairs Minister Philip Lacobiniere. The minister, speaking to reporters outside Parliament Thursday morning, said the Cabinet of Ministers is fully behind the Prime Minister and in agreement with the manner in which he handled the release of information contained in the IMPACS report. Mr. Lacobiniere said he is aware of the implications for St. Lucia, but there must not be undue haste in concluding the matter, stressing that the DPP will need sufficient time to review the document that has been forwarded to her.
It's going to be a very difficult matter for her to address, and it is going to need a certain amount of time for her to be able to wade through the report and to decide how she wishes to pursue the matter in one way or the other. So it's early days yet. I think it would be unfair to expect the Director of Public Prosecutions to give any signal or indication within another couple of weeks. It would be unfair to do that. She will need some time to be able to get a full sense of this. There are significant legal implications, not just in relation to what she has to do, but more generally. So I think it will take her a little while, but she'll study it and then she will take whatever action she feels necessary, bearing in mind that she is the authority, the legal authority, who will now have to act in this matter.
There has been much public criticism about the credibility of the individuals who were interviewed by the IMPACS investigators. Former Government Minister Richard Frederick, for instance, has argued that the process should have been under the jurisdiction of a court. But Minister Lacobiniere has shot down that argument.
Everyone is trying to play somebody else's role. It is for the Director of Public Prosecutions to decide whether she deems anything in the file that she has or in a report that she may have to be credible or not, or whether it should form the basis for further investigations. That is purely a matter for the Director of Public Prosecutions, and of course people can speculate. You can be free to speculate. There are people who have speculated that the Roman Catholic Church belongs to them, but obviously it doesn't.
But shouldn't it have been done before the report came out?
Shouldn't what have been done?
The testimony of the witnesses. Because
well, you are going, and I think it's important because you're a seasoned journalist. You must understand you're also working in a gray area where there are things that you do not know and will not know until the appropriate time. So I think that you have to be sensible about how you conduct your own analysis of this matter, bearing in mind that you do not know all of the facts.
The National Security Minister, in response to concerns about the suggestion that corrupt politicians and businessmen are facilitating crime in St. Lucia, said there has always been a sense that a lot happened because of corruption in different areas. It is well known, he said, that drug lords are involved in businesses to legitimize their existence. And then he highlighted his administration's investigations into town and village councils following the 2011 general election.
That we have done some investigations concerning the towns and village councils, and some of those investigations are continuing. So the issue of corruption when it comes to other entities is wide known and it's on the record. And in fact, as we speak, there are people before the court on trafficking matters who came into this country as businessmen. I'm not making any sense of an allegation, but the point I'm making to you is that we must really be understanding in how we view these matters, and if we are understanding and critical in how we view these matters, we would see that what the Prime Minister has said that the IMPACS investigations revealed is something in a sense that we have known for a while, and we have been dealing with it incrementally for a while. Many of the so-called not the so-called, many of the persons we know at the top of the drug trade are involved in so-called legitimate businesses. This has been so in the country for a long time. Our government has said that we are going to take the fight to the drug lords. We are going to try to move it to the top. I got a lot of criticism over this in certain sections of the media when I made the statement that we are going to go after individuals who we believe are responsible for the gang violence at the top, are responsible for money laundering and drug trafficking at the top. You must also remember, even last year when we introduced the gang legislation, there was a lot said about why there should be absolutely no gang legislation at all. We said some people, of course, raised constitutional issues, which are always valid. They said that constitutionally they had issues with this, and that's fine. But some people were just being mischievous. They were trying to undermine the process because they too are acting in a way that is not in keeping with the overall development of St. Lucia.